Statistically, Hincapié averages 2.83 tackles and interceptions per 90, with a tackle success rate of 61%. While has a respectable output, it does leave him slightly behind his peers. Levi Cole posted 67% last season, and Riccardo Calafiori reached 68% at Bologna. These numbers suggest that while Hincapié is active defensively, there's still room for refinement in his timing and efficiency when engaging opponents. What stands out most about him, however, is his defensive style. He doesn't shy away from going to ground, his sliding challenges and body-first approach carry shades of Lisandro Martinez, that classic South American tough tackling and combative defensive style. Hincapié thrives on physical duels, often stepping tight to his marker and making it difficult for attackers to turn or build momentum. That aggression can be a strength in disrupting play early, but it sometimes comes with a risk of being overly committed, which top-level forwards can exploit. From the eye test, Hincapié looks far more natural in central areas than when defending out wide. His positioning and anticipation suit a left-sided centre-back role in a back 3 or back 4, where he can front up attackers directly and cover space inside. When shifted to left-back, he can do a job, but his limitations show. While he has decent recovery pace, he doesn't possess the explosive acceleration of elite fullbacks like Alejandro Bade or Alphonso Davies. This means he's less comfortable in extended full races or when isolated in 1v1s against speedy wingers. Hincapié offers a blend of tenacity, front-foot defending, and versatility, but is best utilized centrally than wide. If he can improve his tackle efficiency and decision-making in duels, he has the profile to become one of the more reliable and aggressive left-footed defenders in Europe. Hincapié averages 82 touches per 90, with more than half of those coming in the middle third of the pitch, in around 15% in the attacking third. These numbers point to a defender who is not only involved in possession but also comfortable in operating in different zones, whether recycling play deep, stepping into midfield, or supporting further up the pitch. His willingness to receive the ball across various areas makes him a valuable outlet in build-up phases, particularly for teams that emphasize progression from the back. From the eye test, Hincapié looks like a player who actively demands the ball under pressure. He doesn't shy away from responsibility in possession, and his composure ensures he rarely gives away cheap turnovers in dangerous areas. Unlike some defenders who look uneasy when pressed, he tends to stay calm, adjust his body shape, and make sensible decisions that help maintain control. This makes him especially useful against aggressive pressing systems where composure at the back is crucial. That said, there's room for growth. While he's secure with the ball, his passing is more functional than expansive. He recycles possession well, but could improve in terms of progressive vertical passing or breaking lines with his guys' balls into midfield. Similarly, while he's tidy and safe, he can sometimes be a bit risk-averse, preferring the simple option rather than attempting to unlock space with incisive distribution. At higher levels, especially in possession-heavy teams like Arsenal, adding more variety and ambition to his passing would elevate his impact. Hincapié is a defender who blends security on the ball with a willingness to take responsibility in build-up. His high-touch volume, self-retention, and composure under pressure make him a reliable presence, but his next step is to add greater progressive intent and passing range so he can influence possession phases not just as a stabilizer, but as a line-breaking passer from the back. Hincapié attempts an average of 71 passes per game, completing them at a rate of 87.9%. Given the volume of passes he attempts, that's a respectable return and speaks to a player who is both involved in possession and generally reliable in circulation. His numbers in short and medium passing are particularly strong, ranking him among the better ball-playing defenders. The data is supported by the eye test. Hincapié consistently positions himself intelligently to receive the ball, adjusts his body shape to open passing lanes, and executes clean and uncomplicated passes that keep his side in rhythm. His decision-making rarely feels rushed, and his positions are calculated, showing the confidence of a defender comfortable under pressure. Where Hincapié adds further value is his ability to play longer passes. He attempts 6.63 long balls per 90 with a 60% success rate, figures that puts him in a conversation with some of the stronger progressive centre-backs in Europe. His long passing isn't just up for distribution, he is capable of hitting diagonals into wide areas or picking out forwards dropping between the lines. That said, while the efficiency is decent, there's room to refine the consistency and disguise of these passes. At times, his longer balls can be predictable, and against high-level defensive structures, the margin for errors narrows significantly. Another element of his passing profile is his willingness to deliver from wide areas. He averages 1.2 crosses per game, which is uncommon for a player whose natural role is as a centre-back. This reflects his versatility and comfort when stepping into advanced positions, especially when used in the left side of a back 3 or temporarily filling in at left back. However, crossing is not a natural strength of his game. His delivery lacks the refinement and precision of a specialist fullback. This can sometimes lead to wasted possessions in attacking phases. He averages 0.54 key passes per 90, which is a respectable figure for a centre back or hybrid left back. It suggests that while he's not a consistent chance creator, he does have the awareness to pick out advancing teammates in dangerous positions when the opportunity arises. His ability to play incisive passes is further underlined by his 5.39 passes into the final third per 90, combined with 5.12 progressive passes per 90. This number paints the picture of a defender who isn't simply recycling possession, but is actively involved in moving his team up the pitch and connecting defensive phases with attacking structure. When stepping higher up the pitch, Hincapié shows some willingness to deliver into the box, averaging 0.24 crosses into the penalty area per 90. While that output demonstrates intent, the quality and consistency of his delivery remain an area for improvement. Unlike natural fullbacks who regularly provide high-end quality service from wide areas, Hincapié's crossing is functional but not a weapon. Against low blocks and in games where wide creativity is essential, this limitation reduces its attacking impact. From a constructive standpoint, Hincapié's creative profile could further develop into two key ways. First, by refining his final thought passing, particularly the weight and timing of through balls or cutbacks, it could turn those half chances into genuine assists. Second, improving his crossing accuracy and variety. For example, mixing driven balls across the 6-yard box with clip deliveries would add another layer to his attacking value when he ventures forward. Hincapié attempts an average of 0.54 tackles per game, completing them at a success rate of just 29%. For a defender who occasionally features at left back, those numbers are underwhelming. By comparison, players in similar hybrid roles, such as Josko Vario and Ricardo Calafiori, not only attempt more dribbles but also complete them at rates above 60%, highlighting a clear gap in Hincapié's ability to consistently beat opponents in direct 1v1 situations. This suggests that while he is willing to engage, his execution lacks the sharpness, close control, or explosiveness that the modern fullback profile typically demands. However, this weakness in short burst taken is partly offset by strength in other aspects of ball carrying. Hincapié is notably effective when driving into space, showing both progressiveness and endurance in his carries. Once he gains momentum, he can cover ground efficiently, often stepping out from the backline to advance play into the midfield or even higher zones. These longer distance carries demonstrate confidence, composure, and ability to break opposition lines without always needing to rely on trickery or sudden changes of direction. Still, there is room for constructive improvement. Hincapié could benefit from refining his close control in tight spaces and working on when to attempt a dribble versus when to recycle possession. His low success rate indicates that he sometimes forces takens in situations where the odds are stacked against him. By improving his decision making in these scenarios and adding small technical tools such as body feints or sharper first touches, it could raise his efficiency and become less predictable when pressed. Hincapié averages 2.25 aerial duels won per 90, a figure that paints a mixed picture of his ability in the air. On one hand, it shows he's willing to contest area challenges and contribute defensively when the ball is played long or delivered into the box. On the other hand, when measured against the demands of modern centre-backs, especially those operating in physically intense leagues like the Premier League, this output is somewhat underwhelming. Elite defenders in this role often register higher duel volumes and success rate, using area dominance as a key part of their defensive toolkit. The eye test support this assessment. Hincapié does not look entirely comfortable in repeated aerial battles. Starting at just 5'11", it lacks the physical presence and reach of taller central defenders, and this occasionally shows when he matched up against target men or even when defending deep crosses. He often relies more on anticipation and timing than on raw power or leap, and while this allows him to compete, it doesn't always translate into consistent dominance in the air. That said, it's important to note that area dominance is not the defining feature of his game. Hincapié's defensive values lies more in his anticipation, ground duels, and front foot defending. He is aggressive in stepping up to attackers, sharp in tackles, and secure in possession, which offset some of his area's limitations. Still, for him to reach the next tier of reliability as a centre-back, especially in top leagues where area threats are more common, strengthening this aspect of his game would be crucial. Hincapié is not a defender who will contribute large goal tallies, but he does offer some value as an occasional threat in the box. His area dominance means he can be useful in recent pitch situations, where his timing and aggression allow him to compete for others against taller defenders. While he doesn't dominate aerially in open play, he shows more confidence and assertiveness when attacking the ball offensively, often positioning himself intelligently to create half chances from corners or free kicks. From the eye test, his headers carry purpose, though they are not always directed with the precision needed to consistently trouble goalkeepers. He has a habit of generating good contact but lacks the sharp accuracy to consistently convert those moments into goals. Similarly, when shooting from distance, his attempts can sometimes appear looping or lacking conviction, which reduces their threat level. This speaks to an area where refinement is needed, whether in technique, body balance, or shot selection. Ultimately, while scoring is not the core responsibility of his role, the modern defender who can chip in with 3-4 goals per season through set pieces add an extra layer of value to the team. Hincapié has the tools to be more than just a disruptive presence in the box. With refinements in his head and precision and shooting technique, he could turn himself into a legitimate secondary scoring option rather than just a nuisance for defenders to mark. Hincapié is best suited as the left-sided centre-back in the back three. This role maximizes his strength, progressive passing, calmness under pressure, and ball carrying into midfield, while protecting his weaknesses in aerial duels. The cover of two partners allows him to defend aggressively and step out wide without leaving gaps behind. In the back four, he works best as a left-sided centre-back alongside a more dominant aerial partner. His secure short to medium distribution and progressive instincts make him a natural fit for possession-heavy, build-up oriented teams such as Arsenal, where composure and circulation are prioritized over pure physicality. He is less suited to deep block system or sides that rely heavily on defending crosses, as his aerial limitations would be more exposed. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more in-depth tactical analysis of top players, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. Thanks for watching and see you next time.